Turning our attention now to the ASX. Here's Matt Birney and Bulls and Bears with the latest public company views and interviews.
Welcome to Bulls and Bears, where we break down the latest ASX announcements from public companies that are doing interesting things. Today's Bulls and Bears report is brought to you by Cirralto Ltd, ASX code CRO. I'm Matt Birney and I'm joined now on 6PR by the Managing Director of Cirralto, Adrian Floate. Hi Adrian.
Hi Matt, how are you going?
Good. Cirralto is a software as a service company providing small to medium enterprises with business-to-business transaction services software. The company's spender software can both push and pull data out of various business software packages, allowing for the monitoring and updating of debtors and creditors and the direct importing of invoices and stock lines into a purchaser's system from a wholesaler. Cirralto is also rapidly advancing a business-to-business payments solution that levers its existing client relationships. Adrian, I want to get into those payments in a minute, but firstly, just briefly, tell me about your software. Is it a bridging solution between two businesses or is it an ERP software system that runs the business?
Bridging software is a good way to put it. So basically, we connect the buyer to the seller. So that could be a retailer to a distributor, and we allow them to share transactional data like purchase orders, invoices, etc. And we integrate them end to end. So there's no extra keystrokes for either party. So when I send an invoice to my customer as a distributor, I know that that invoice has been delivered and that it's been integrated into their financials, ready for payment.
Okay, I get how you make money out of providing software, but how are you going to make money, or how do you make money out of your clients paying each other?
Yeah, so we're really extending that business-to-business collaboration in the trade cycle into the payment cycle. And we make money by allowing the electronic payment to be created and then processed and then integrated and reconciled end-to-end. And if the customer's using cards, we charge merchant fees, which are a percentage of the sale value. And if a customer's using their bank account, then we charge a bit like a bank fee, so a monthly subscription fee to access those services.
Okay, so big news out recently. You've done a deal with MasterCard and Visa that looks quite interesting. How does that dovetail into your payments product?
Yeah, look, very strategic for us. The BPSP and the BPA agreements essentially, change our role of responsibility in the payment cycle and allow us to process cards as the merchant of record and then settle funds into the various suppliers' accounts based on the trading terms of that relationship. Fantastic for us in the sense it gives us business model pivots and allows us to integrate with the B2B buy now, pay later or installment-based payment services, as well as, most importantly, allows us to really accelerate our customer acquisition so we can break down and digitise parts of the anti-money laundering and know your customer laws, which are mission critical in payment services and banking.
Back in the 90s, I owned an auto parts business and I remember spending hours in front of a computer keying in my stock orders, and it looks like your software makes that all a thing of the past. So Adrian Floate from Cirralto Ltd, thanks very much for joining me on Bulls and Bears today. And remember, Bulls and Bears is only here to give you information, not advice, which you should of course seek independently. I'm Matt Birney, thanks for listening to Bulls and Bears.
For more public company CEO interviews, go to the Money page at 6pr.com.au and click the Public Companies tab.